Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition to Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me, it's Dabby Cab, a sore Dabby Cab, because he's a Division One athlete. He has to work out to get back in shape. He's big, strong Dabby Cab now. How are you?
It has nothing to do with Division One. I'm getting
No,
back in shape because
this is you getting back in the major leagues. We've talked about it several weeks now. Like you said, like, oh, I'm fucking better than Joey Wentz.
Hold on. Look, we have not discussed this since you were here. I was not airing it out. Like, I was barely even throwing the baseball to you. Barely. I was not airing it out one bit. How do you feel about everyone saying they can still get a hit off of me?
I told you, and I tell everyone this. There's no chance.
Okay.
There's no chance. I've said this several times. I tell Boston Nick this. Boston Nick doesn't talk to me, obviously, because I'm in his city and he won't say hello to me. But yeah, I don't know. I tell people that all the time. And that's why I say all the time, I'm not fucking catching you. No fucking chance I'm catching you. We played catch for the first time, and Debbie Cap saw how bad I was. I got sent a video of like our little hype video in high school, and I was the glue guy, of course, meaning I never played, and I was just a handshakes guy. So it was really cool. That was really cool back then.
Very nice. Cool. Sure, you gave good handshakes.
I had one for everyone that started, so I was very good. I remember that was pre edibles and all that stuff, so I actually had a good memory back then.
Gotcha.
And shout out to everyone watching as well. We appreciate everyone here as we just digress for 2 minutes about random shit. AOD, Justin, Markel, Rocco, all in here as well. Appreciate you guys. Justin, by the way, dropping the Stacks pod. I think he said Reds team total over 4.5. And I don't know why whenever I start talking a little bit, I just want to yawn. I don't know what it is, but 4.5, I'm thinking he's on the Reds there. I believe it was earlier today, plus 102. So shout out to Justin there. Debbie Cab, let's get into this action. I had a good day yesterday, capping with Pedro, so that was fun. Shout out to Pedro.
Who's that?
Pete.
I love Pete. Who the fuck calls him Pedro?
Me.
Oh, okay.
I call him Pedro all the time. It's his name.
All right.
But shout out to Pedro. We had a good day yesterday. I did this show with Jimmy because Jimmy was sick, so it was a fun time. Bobano was on our show, and it's a good time there as well. Let's get right after it. I only have 3 plays, 2-in-1 game, so a lot of passes for me, unfortunately. I was very close to making this an official play.
But you say you only have 3 plays. Like, games have already started, and you have 3 bets, and there's like, what, 8, 10 games? That's plenty.
Could have been more. More. This is almost one of them. I like the Miami Marlins here. Braxton Garrett versus Blake Snell, a pitcher that I don't trust. He's pitched well in spots. I just don't trust him. Pitched well against the Nationals, who I bet on last time out when he was there. Pitched well against them. Marlins are just simply one of the better teams against lefties. Full season, 122 weighted runs created plus, 4th best in the league for the second half of this month. 160 or 141, I should say, 6th best. So I like the Marlins here, first 5. I also like them team total a little bit. Padres are about average, hitting lefties, but I passed this game because I just felt something off in the force here.
Yeah, I think the Padres, man, I've said this before, though, and I've been wrong when I've said it before. I think their offense has kind of turned that corner here.
Oh, can we take a timeout? I forgot. It's Nasty Nate's birthday. Timeout. Throw the time flag. Let's give a round of applause for Nasty Nate, who is tequila drunk by 5 p.m. on his birthday. And
this is not alcohol, but I'll take a drink of my electrolyte drink for you, my guy.
Shout out to you, Nasty Nate. Happy birthday, my guy. Hopefully we'll have a birthday pick.
It's worse.
It probably does. And we'll have a birthday pick of some sorts for you, Nasty Nate. Shout out to you, my guy. I'm hoping you have fun in New York. And Nate, I hope you see Pete because he's a wily bastard, that Pete. Hard to track down. So I hope you actually do see him, Nasty Nate. And shout out to you. I know exactly why you're tequila drunk on at 5 p.m. and I respect that. And I wish you luck with the rest of the shots in your night. Debbie Cap, on to you, my man.
Okay, baseball, right? Padres, Marlins. What I was saying is I think the Padres offense is turning that corner. And I think it's like a little early to say that, but like right now, like at this very moment, I think they're making the turn. I think it started in New York. I think it's carried over here to Miami. Padres are 8-3. And in their last 11 starts with a pitcher that's got a whip greater than 1.3. And that's Garrett's problem, is he allows too many people on base. Now, if you look into his numbers, you'll notice he had that one really bad game against the Braves. Other than that, he's been pretty good as far as giving up runs. But what he's not good at is going deep into games. He struggles getting through, 5 innings or more. I think he's done it recently, but he struggles getting through the 5 innings. And you look at the Padres, their last 7 games against left-hander on the road, they're 5-2. Just a lot of things here. I'm betting on the Padres. Or actually, I'm not betting on them. I think the Padres are going to win. I think they're a good bet here, actually, in this spot, but I'm not super excited to get behind Snell because he's a little risky. But he's been better. He's given up 3 or fewer runs in 8 of his 10 starts this season. He did terrible against Boston, which I'm sure you have in your memory here. But he's lasted 5 or 6 innings in each of his outings this month. And he's only given up 8 runs in all of those outings combined. 23 Ks and 23 innings this month. So he's averaging 1 strikeout per inning. That's against the Dodgers twice, Cincinnati and Washington. And Washington's not a bad left-handed hitting team either. So I think he's going to have a better than average showing here. And like I said, I'm not getting behind the Marlins, but I am going to make a bet in this game. I'm going to take the Padres team total over 4. It's -120. I've already bet it. It might have moved to -125 here, but I was on their team total yesterday. I'm not going to lie. It was a little bit of a sweat, even though they put up 9, 5 of them came in the last inning, I think. But yeah, I think they've turned that corner. I think they get 2 or 3 off Braxton. And then I think they can get 2 or 3 off the bullpen for me also. So worst case scenario, I feel like I get a push here. I even support the plus money at 4.5.
All right. Beautiful. I feel that way about another team on the card here. And who was it? Now I'm looking at it. I thought I was going to take a team total on somebody in this card, but no, it's the Mets. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's the Mets. I feel the same way about the Mets as the Marlins here, I guess, as well. So I'll move on here. I like the Marlins as well with you, Chris or Commentini, but I'm not. I guess I'm too safe. Don't want to make the bet, I suppose. Small volume. Let's go Brewers, Blue Jays here. And this has been interesting because Julio Teheran, a.k.a. Julio Teheran now, getting action his way. -180 this morning, now down to -165. I think this is more of a fade of Alek Manoah, who's been one of the biggest, most popular fade guys this year. If you've been doing it often, you've been cashing. Shout to them. I'm passing on this game. 5 straight L's for Manoah, too. I just don't trust the Brewers at the end of the day, and I don't want to back Teheran at all. And I don't know why I keep calling him Teheran. He keeps saying his name's Teheran, but I just remember him as Julio Teheran coming up with the Braves. So shout out to him. I'm passing. He had a good start, his first start out, but I don't think it'll keep it going. So nothing for me.
Yeah, you look at what Manoah's done this year. I mean, it's hard to even compare him. He doesn't even look like the same person. I think you and it was one of your first episodes here on Say Hey talked about it. He's out of shape, and I'm not saying that he's fat.
I remember this. You called him a fat slob piece of shit, and you said his family's horrible. I remember that.
Okay, that was what I said. I said he's a little bit out of shape, and I think it's going to show. And it's been showing. I'd like to think maybe he'd noticed it. So this game probably comes down to offenses. Manoah's been ineffective most of the year, but the Brewers' offense is also very ineffective. Also, Tehran, however you want to fucking say it, has only thrown 10 MLB innings since 2021. That is not something that I'm excited to jump behind here. I think this is probably a decent spot to back the Blue Jays. I would take them in the first 5 on the run line, not the full game, but I'm not going to do it. But if I had a free bet, $500 free bet, it would be on the Blue Jays first 5. Shout out to Akbar and Nutflush, 2 great fucking guys right there in the chat.
Shout out to you both there. Top Croc, Brian Watson, Christopher Commentini, and shout out to BJ in here. He said, my dog of the day is the Pirates, and he put 2 units on the Mets, each straight bets. Shout out to you there, and I appreciate you, my man, for watching and listening. But yeah, it was weird that you called Alek Manoah's whole family fat slobs that day who are just Neanderthals, but I respect it. And you were right, I guess. He is a little out of shape, it seems. And maybe it's affecting him with the pitch clock, too. So, and he struggled this year. So shout out to you there, Dabby Cab, for calling Alek Manoah.
It's not the pitch clock. He's out of shape. And I didn't call him a fat slob. For anybody who, is new here or anybody that comes through
I think you called him worse, actually. I'm actually censoring what you said. You called him a fat, chubby bunny, and you said all these horrible things about his family, but
I don't call men bunnies.
You were right. You were right, Dabby. Just take your victory lap. So congratulations, Alek Manoah. You are officially on Dabby Cab's shit list. Next game, Red Sox, Reds here. And this is another, I guess, a rewind of last night. I said last night I would not want to bet the Red Sox on -170, -180. I'd lean Reds. They ended up winning the game fairly comfortably. The Red Sox wanted to tease us all at the end, but I lean that way yet again here. And maybe I'm too much of a homer to make the bet, but I'd be on Reds first 5 full game here split. They've been crushing lefties. I like Paxton a lot. I think he's good. I think he can be good enough to shut down this Reds offense. But last 2.5 2 weeks-ish, whatever you want to call this last period here, 5th best against lefties, 143 weighted runs created plus. Red Sox offense has been dormant. So if I'm betting anything here, it'd be another first 5 under. Reds first 5, Reds full game here for me, but I have nothing official on this one. Dabby, what do you want?
Yeah, I like that. If it's really 4.5 on the Reds team total, that if that's it, because I didn't see the team by it, I just saw team total. If that's really what he's looking at, I kind of like that here because Reds are hitting lefties well. They've won 4 straight because they've been hitting them so well. This is a red spot. I think you talked about it. I think the Red Sox are going to be able to put some runs against Weaver. I don't think their offense is going to stay, completely dormant here. But Paxton, he hasn't given the support that he was supposed to give coming off this God, I hate not being able to talk. Coming off this injury, he's been subpar at best. He's just been very average. Not somebody that I would ever get behind at -170. So it's Reds team total, or maybe a first 5 over if it's 5.5. I know that when these numbers get up there and we see like a 5.5 or something, it kind of scares us. The number's high for a reason. And if this is 4-3 or higher at the end of 5 innings, I won't be surprised at all.
It's going to be a fun watch. Well, actually, no, it's not, because I think the Reds are actually going to win this game, unfortunately. So I'll be watching with just like this, just closed eyes, just hoping for the best there. But we'll see how this Red Sox game goes. Let's go to my bets here finally. Doubled up here. And I'm on BJ. I'm on BJ with BJ. BJ's the play of the day here.
Stop saying that.
Shout out to BJ. Mets full game here. I took Mets money line, even money, and I took team total over 3.5 at -130. A little juiced. But I took the team total just in case Carrasco decides to do some chicanery here. Like someone's mentioned before, though, the team always seems to get behind Carrasco offensively, gets the run support, and they see Nola well. Plenty of familiarity. Pete Alonso, of all people, hitting 350 off the guy. I just like the Mets spot here at home. A little bit of an underdog here. So Mets team total and Mets full game money line here for me. Dabby Cab, what are you on?
I'm not on anything here. I mean, both of these pitchers have not performed like they did last year at all. I mean, I'd feel more confident in Nola. But this year, with Nola and Wheeler and some of these Phillies pitchers, I never really liked Suarez, but some of these Philly pitchers, like, it's just hard to judge when they're going to come through, when they're going to play. And, like I said, I feel more confident in Nola. He's his last 3 starts. He has an improved K rate, which is important. It's close to 10. Carrasco, on the other hand, man, Cookie, whatever the fuck you want to call him, his ERA is over 6, and he's given up more hits than innings pitched. One thing I talk about a lot is how many hits per inning, which, yeah, you can look at the whip, but I actually want to see the hits, like how the batters are making contact. He's given up more hits than innings pitched. At home, he's getting hit really hard. His ERA is over 10 at Citibank Field. So I would probably stay away from the Mets here just because of how he struggled putting hitters away. I'm going to keep saying a little more on Carrasco. He's got a career low strikeout percentage of just 13% right now and a career high walk percentage of over 11%. That's a big deal. When somebody's strikeouts are as low as they've ever been and their walks are as high as they've ever been, that's a telltale sign something's up. So I get it. At plus money, I wouldn't be on the Phillies either here, so I wouldn't even bet this either. I won't even give you a lean on this. I got nothing.
I think Markel sums it up well there. Pass. I'm scared. So shout out to you both there. It's funny. I like the Mets here. I'm on them. Enough of us mentioned the Mets offense is not trustworthy. I would probably agree with that. Me and Jimmy mentioned at the beginning of the season that this offense is a little underwhelming, but they're fifth right now. 119 weighted runs created plus in the last 2 weeks. So hoping they're hot here. So let's get the Mets action going here. Let's move on. Second half of our card here. Second bet for me. Following in my father's footsteps, I guess, because he's on the first 5 full game unders. Ragu I think on both as well. I'm on the first 5 under here. No Altuve in the lineup as well for the Astros. That's beneficial.
Just like giving a day off, right?
Yeah, just a regular day off for him. And I've liked Louis Varland's shit. He's pitched well all year. 3 earned runs, 2 earned runs, last 2 starts against the Blue Jays and Angels. The only concern here really is that both of these offenses right now are very hot. Twins are 4th best in the league right now, last 2 weeks against righties. 120 weighted runs created plus, while the Astros are the best offense in baseball last half of this month. 131 weighted runs created plus against righties. So I'm going to hope that the Altuve factor of him not being in the Astros lineup is a factor that hurts them. And, like we say, I'd rather bet the Astros with Altuve in the lineup without. And then Hunter Brown, I'm just relying on him being very good. Immediately when he came up, everyone started comparing him to Justin Verlander, which is a hilarious comp for such a young pitcher. But he's lined as a really, really good pitcher every time out. He shows it. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a top 3 candidate for the AL Rookie of the Year. But unfortunately for him, he's a pitcher, and those guys don't win those awards. Shout out to my guy, Masataka Yoshida. Cab, what do you want here?
I don't hate that under. Excuse me. If I was betting this game, if I had a free bet, maybe I'd go with the Twins. Because you said it. It's not necessarily Altuve's production. I mean, I'm fine with that, but it's just something about him being in the lineup at the top of it that the Astros play better as a team. It's been that way for a couple years now. Minnesota did take the opening game of this series, but it was in extra innings here. So the starting pitching hasn't really been what it's come down to. It's been bullpen a lot in these games. This is a tough one. I do like that under you're looking at because Brown's been great. Let's see where last start was it last
and 4.5 too, by the way, Cav. 4.5 minus 120.
They're giving you the half on it?
Yeah, 4.5 minus 120.
That's weird that they're giving you that much. Yeah, I like it though. Last game he threw 7 innings. He gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. That was a game the Astros won 5-2. In his last 3 starts, Brown's 2-0 with the 2.89 ERA, a .96 WHIP, 2 walks, 27 strikeouts, which is outstanding. That's over 18.2 innings of work. So yeah, I think Brown's going to deal here. I wouldn't really be excited to bet the Twins with Brown on the mound, and I wouldn't bet the Astros without Altuve. So go for that under.
All right. Well, I'm on that under. I cannot wait there. Let's move on to the game that I could not give less of a fuck about. Rockies, Diamondbacks here. Tommy Henry, a lefty, and we said that the Brewers are the worst team against lefties. The Rockies are literally the worst team against lefties in the league. 30th full season and last 2 weeks. Just horrible. But obviously the books know that. Minus 175 on Tommy Henry is not something you want to lay. And Dinelson Lamet starting again here. I thought he was just hurt all year, but I forgot, I guess, that he's been a bullpen guy for a little bit. He pitched 10 innings in relief, and it was just all 1 inning. So whatever. In his 3 rehab appearances, he had a back injury. 2 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run. 4 innings, no hits. 4 2/3, 2 hits, no earned runs. So he's pitching well out of the starting rotation, and I used to like the Nelson Lamet a lot. I thought he was going to be a decent pitcher, but I'm not going to trust him here. Honestly, this would be another underlean for me here. Tommy Henry, I think, can dominate the Rockies, and Lamet can maneuver his way around the 22nd best offense in the last 2 weeks against righties. So I lean under, but I didn't even want to bet this game, so I passed.
the Diamondbacks are not a team that I'm getting behind at minus 175, but that's who I'd go with here. I think Arizona's probably going to hit Lamet in this game. I know that goes against what you were just saying, but I think they'll probably get around on this. Arizona's bullpen has been outstanding too. That would support your under. Over the last 10 days, they've got a 2.06 ERA, a 3.17 FIP. And you look on the other side, the Rockies bullpen, they might be 4-0 with 3 saves in that span, but they've also got a 6.91 ERA and a 5.94 WHIP. A 5.94 WHIP is just absolutely disastrous. I mean, that's over 5. That I can't even fucking compute that. Like, how is it so bad, right? So I might consider a Arizona team total, even though you're probably looking at like 5.5 or 6.5 here. But yeah, I'm passing on this too.
Shout out to Nasty Nate, who's off to go get some more shots at another rooftop bar. Nate, if you're still around, the Mets, your birthday play of the day, Mets money line, full game. Enjoy that. And hopefully, you can get a shot in my name today. Professor Chris, I'm going to add this. I'm going to add this first 5 under here. Lamet, Tommy Henry. I think, Tommy, if we're not locking down the worst offense against lefties here, then I don't know what to tell you, my man. And the roof, I'm fairly certain, is open today as well. I'll double check that after I write this down. But Rockies, Diamondbacks, under 5.5 first 5 innings there, minus 120. So that will be.
Fuck, I'm talking while I'm muted. I was wondering why you were so comfortable just going. Like, shut up, Cab. Oh. The Diamondbacks, this will help your bet look even better. The Diamondbacks are hitting just 220. 220 with 6 home runs and 7 extra base hits in the last 7 days. It's in 164 at bats. During that span, also Arizona's pitching staff has had a 4 ERA with a 1.6 WHIP and a 0.284 opposing batting average. So I guess that end didn't help you here, but that doesn't matter because we're talking about one pitcher. You only need Henry. But the Diamondbacks aren't hitting shit. 220 in the last 7 days.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for. First 5 under 5.5 minus 120. Thank you, Christopher Comentini, for the roof is open. Obviously, that helps the offense, but it's not the end all be all. So let's go first 5 under there in a game I didn't give a fuck about, and I'm betting on it. Here we go. Last game on the card. Yankees, Seattle Mariners, George Kirby, Clark Schmidt. Lean was spot on yesterday. Debbie Cab, I explained it like this. The Yankees are the better team than the Seattle Mariners. I think that's not really up for debate. I'll be honest. Okay. But the fact that the Mariners will always have the better starting pitcher in most games, and the books and odds makers will likely favor them that way. But, if it's just a better team taking plus money against the Mariners, sometimes you got to bet it. I didn't bet it yesterday. I'm not going to bet it again here today because I don't trust Clark Schmidt. I think he sucks, honestly. So I lean Yankees here, but a shout to Craig Wood wherever you are. I'd love to know the money splits here for this one. By the way, I'm going to get Action Pro Plus or whatever here in the next coming week or so because I'm tired of not being able to see the fucking money splits. It's very annoying. I need to be able to find it myself, and it's obviously extremely beneficial because if you just fade those 99% spots, you're fucking rolling in it. But I like the Yankees here. I didn't have a play, and I also like the over here as well. I think this is super low. I respect George Kirby. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. If you look at his location plus, one of the most accurate pitchers in baseball. But the Yankees are good, and I'll say this again because I said it last time, and it's going to keep happening, it seems. Just Aaron Judge, home runs, again and again and again. If you want some more value, bet him to be the first home run hitter. Because he seems like every fucking game, it's like, wake up, it's already 1-0 because Aaron Judge hit a solo home run. So I like Aaron Judge home run here too. I'm not going to bet it, obviously. And I've got nothing on this game. Debbie Cabot, what do you like?
So the first thing, and now I'm not betting this, but the first thing that pops out at me, I know how good of a pitcher Kirby is. I'll go over some of his numbers here in just a second. But a good pitcher going 5 or 6 innings, giving up 2 or 3 runs is considered a good start. And it is a good start. I know sometimes we get people that, don't give up any runs. But the majority of the time, you're looking at 2 or 3 runs through 5 innings, through 6 innings, and that's a good start, okay? The Yankees team total is going to be hanging at 3.5 right here. If this total's sitting at 7.5, that means the Yankees team total is going to be sitting at 3.5. Kirby, though, he struggled his last start, but he's had a great season. He's only allowed 24 runs in 63 innings pitched. He struck out 51 batters. His opponent's expected slugging percentage is one of the lowest when you look into that. His barrel percentage is down. But he still has a 3.24 expected ERA because, like I said, that's outstanding. 3.24 is outstanding, and that's still giving up 2 or 3 runs through 5 or 6 innings. Yankees are on the road. You're getting all 27 outs, and you need 4 runs. If I was to make a bet in this game, it would be the Yankees team total.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. By the way, Christopher Comentini, appreciate you, my man. 66% of the money on the Mariners, 52% of the bets on the Yankees. So, yeah, I'd be on the Yankees there. So it'll be interesting there. And apparently the Nats tie it. I'm not admittedly not watching I'm not watching baseball right now. I'm watching the end of the Europa final here. So I wanted to see how that goes, but we're in extra time, so we'll see. But let's recap the action here, Dabby Cab, because I had 3 plays going into the show, and suddenly I have 4. So that's how that typically works out, Dabby Cab. I'll let you start it off this time. What do you want?
Padres team total over 4 -120, and that's it. I don't need a bunch of action because I'm gonna cash that bet right there.
And what's your record?
13-7 on your show.
Yeah, I know you know that. I know you love reciting that. Do you know the units breakdown on that?
I can figure it out if you want me to. But since it's tracked with all my bets, if that makes sense. So I'd have to go pull exactly which ones were from your show. But I don't usually go over -120. So it's pretty, you can assume what it is, if you see what I'm saying.
Yes. No, I think the units would make it more credible, it'd just make it look better, shout out to our guy T who puts out
fuck what you think.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I'll go fuck Mets team total money line, even money. Mets team total over 3.5 -130. Houston Astros Twins first 5 under 4.5 -120, and the first 5 under in Colorado Arizona 5.5 -120 there. My record, not as sterling as yours, 144 and 172 and 23 as well. 23 pushes, down 32 units.
I think if you took the units off, it would not look as bad.
It wouldn't. It absolutely wouldn't. But honesty and transparency here, baby. That's what we're about. By the way, Nutflush likes the Yankees team total over, but it's a light tread. Light tread there. Be careful. I shouldn't say he likes it. He said tread lightly, so he doesn't love it there. So there we go. Not flush. I'm interpreting your things backwards. Debbie Cab, where can the people find you at? Because you got some children to go teach.
Yeah, I got to go do a pitching lesson. 3 of them actually. But I'll be on tonight. We're doing a sesh after dark. Shout out to my guy Dutch, Miss Hound.
Yeah, tell people about that. That's new show ish.
Well, it's not the sesh. We're gonna it's gonna be a little different, man. I wouldn't call it a live betting show, but it's not gonna be far from it. We're gonna be up there hanging out. We'll still have some funny videos and stuff, but it's gonna be a more open, free form. It'll be picks from Dave. Shout out to him, Miss Hound, Dutch, and me, and we're gonna be up there shooting the shit, talking about whatever games are on, and having a good time.
Shout out to J Dub. Appreciate that, my man. He said that's okay, Jose. We still like you, even with your record. J Dub, hey. I appreciate you, my man. It's nice of you to say.
I still think you can get your record positive this year. I've been one of your biggest supporters. So I might have just told you I don't give a fuck what you think, but I respect you, Jose. I've always been one of your biggest supporters. Hey, and I think as far as baseball goes, you know your shit regardless of your record.
I appreciate it. I'm not worried about it either. Our goal is still to get to the evens by the All-Star break. That is ideally the goal there. So it'll be fun. And by the way, Professor Chris, does that humidor at the D-backs stadium limit runs even with the roofs open? No, I don't think so. Because, it makes everything more humid, right? And then you release all that humidity out in the open. So I don't think so. And then thank you, J-Dub. I appreciate you for watching, my guy. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, whatever that is. West Coast time, Debbie Cab, and I'm on the show frequently, apparently. And sometimes I know about it, and sometimes I don't. So
if you and Dutch would just kiss and make up, you would probably be come and hang out with us.
Nah, I'm okay. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you guys next time.